Chapter 6. The Great British Shrink and Starve, when a Freddo it's 35p and a loaf smaller than me temper. I went into Co-op last Thursday for my usual shop. Pint of milk, loaf of bread, half dozen eggs, packet of bacon and a bar of dairy milk for the grandbairns. Came out £28 lighter and with a carrier bag that looked like I'd nicked it off a borrower's picnic. Bread first. Used to be Hovis thick white, 800 gram, £1.45. Now it's 720 gram. They knocked 80 gram off and hope nobody'd notice. Price £1.85. That's a 30% price rise and a 10% shrink for the same bloody barcode. I weighed it on scales when I got home. Lad at the till looked at me like I were mad. I says, "Son, I've been buying bread since it came in shillings. I know when I'm being mugged."
Right, quick break from the misery. If you're enjoying me moaning like a man whose chips have gone cold, do us a favour. Smash that like button so hard your phone thinks you've dropped it downstairs. Subscribe as well, it's free and it annoys the algorithm. Lob a comment below, tell me what's personally ruined your life this week. I might reply, I might just read it out loud to the dog and laugh. Either way, your therapy's cheaper than mine. Any road, back to the shit.
Then the chocolate. Cadbury's Dairy Milk. Used to be 200 gram into purple wrapper. Now it's 180 gram. Got more air gaps than actual chocolate, and it's £2.25 unless it's on offer at £1.75, which makes the normal price look even more criminal. Freddo bars are 35p now. 35 pence for a frog the size of me thumbnail. I remember when they were 10p and you got 2 for 15p on a Friday night if you smiled at the newsagent's wife. Kids today think of Freddo's a luxury item. It's a bleeding war crime. Bacon next. Packet said 20% extra free in big letters. Fine print. Packet now 200 gram instead of 250 gram, so the extra free is actually 30 gram less than the old normal packet. £4.10. £4.10 for 8 rashers. That's more than 50 pence a rasher. I could buy a pig, raise it into back garden, slaughter it myself and still have change for a packet of sage and onion. Eggs. 6 large free range used to be £1.60, now £2.65, and the box is the same size, but the eggs have shrunk. Honestly, they look like they come from a pigeon that's been on a diet. And don't even start me on crisps. Walker's ready salted. Standard bag used to be 34.5 gram, now 28 gram in some packets, 25 gram in others. Price still £1.20 off offer or £2.70 for 4 on to meal deal. You open one and it's 60% air and 5 crisps that have been stamped on by a hobnail boot. They call it nitrogen flush for freshness. I call it taking a piss with extra gas. Shrinkflation's the sneakiest con since the government promised us £350 million a week for the NHS. They don't put the price up outright. That'd cause a riot. They just quietly make everything smaller while keeping to packet the same size so it still looks respectable on the shelf. Toilet rolls another beauty. Used to be 240 sheets a roll, now 160 sheets, and they've made the cardboard tube fatter so it looks chunky. Andrex are the worst offenders. Bunch of posh southern bastards laughing at us while we wipe our asses with what feels like grease-proof paper. Then you've got proper food inflation on top. Coffee, £6 for 200 gram of own brand instant. Coffee! Beans that grow on trees in Brazil, picked by some poor sod for $2 a day, shipped halfway around the world and suddenly it's beloga caviar money. Tin of Heinz beans, £1.40. Used to be 75p 2 years ago. Tin hasn't got any bigger. Beans haven't started singing and dancing, just greed. Why's it all gone up? They blame Ukraine, Brexit, bird flu, energy prices, CO2 shortages for fizzy drinks, Houthi rebels, El Nino, the phase of the moon, anything except the actual truth. Supermarkets and manufacturers saw a crisis and thought, result, chance to stick an extra 40% on everything and blame it on Putin. Costco's the only honest one left. They still sell a 2-kilogram block of cheddar for 20 quid and a tray of 30 croissants for 6 quid. But you've got to drive 40 mile and take out a second mortgage for the membership. Me mate Mad Maureen started buying pet food. Not for a pet, mind. A tin of butcher's tripe mix is £1.10 for 400 gram, and it's just meat and gravy. She has it on toast with brown sauce. Says it's cheaper than corned beef and tastes better than after ready meals. She's not wrong. I tried it last week when Telecti ran out. Wasn't half bad. Man, you, to dog looked jealous. We're the 6th richest country on the planet, and old folk are eating dog food because a packet of home brand biscuits is 4 quid and a jar of coffee has gone up 180% in 5 years. Meanwhile, the bosses at Nestle, Unilever and Kraft Heinz are crying all the way to bonus checks. Record profits, darlings, but we had to put prices up because of supply chain issues. Supply chain issues, my hairy ass. The only chain is the one they've got us lot shackled to. I tell to Grambanes, when I were your age, 10 bob got you a fish supper, a packet of 10 woodbines, a pint, and still change for to bus home. They think I'm making it up. I'm not. I'm just old enough to remember when food didn't require a bank loan. Chapter 7 coming on Net Zero, the art of freezing your ass off while paying £4,000 a year for to privilege. Hide the rest of the biscuits. At this rate, they'll be £9 a packet by Easter. Big bastard Bob. Eating rich teas 3 at a time before they shrink again.
Any road, if that's got your raging as much as it's got me, pop over to www.owencroft.com. There's more books, more rants, and a few things what'll make you spit your tea out. Go on, I'll still be here when you get back. Probably moaning about something else. Ta-ra for now.